Someone has written a question to say, how do I identify triggers? So I guess
Okay.
you're talking about triggers that draw you either into depression, into regret, or into habits of failure. That's easy. That's why journaling is very important. So triggers can be, I only drink alcohol when I hang out with Tendai and Peter. So you already know that Tendai and Peter are triggers. So that's identify. Or when I watch certain films or movies, I feel sexually aroused, and that leads me into temptation. That's a trigger. So don't watch what you watch. I have had seasons of, I've now stepped out of Instagram. I don't visit Instagram anymore for those very reasons, because there was a stage where, you have someone following you or tagging you to a certain thing. And before you know it, you're inundated with certain content that just doesn't resonate with your values or with who you are. And it can actually become a trigger in the sense that, when you watch it or when you visit, you start thinking certain things, or you begin to become a certain person that you're not. So that's a trigger. So that's why I got off Instagram. I'm not saying get off Instagram, but I'm saying if it's influencing you badly, uh, I think Jesus says it's better to enter heaven with one less leg than to enter hell with your whole full body. So cut the hand off. And so those are some of the things that you can do. So triggers are those things that lead you away from your purpose. It may just be TV. You just love watching movies. So you watch a series of movies, and before you know it's 3 a.m. and you got an exam at 8. You just say, let me relax a little bit. I've studied too much. Let me relax and just watch this series. And before you know it, you're on a roll. And before you know it, it's 3 a.m. And then you say, okay, and then I've got an exam at 8. And then you sit, then you think, let me just sleep a little bit. And you wake up at 7:15 in the morning. I've done that. And you're running to the exam. And now you're getting there, you're so confused, and you think, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? That's a trigger. So you watch your triggers, you know your trigger. And another identifier of triggers is our friends. Have somebody that can always ask you some hard questions concerning certain things. That's a good thing to have. And that can help us with our triggers. So some people's triggers can just be food, chocolate, or Coca-Cola, that's how you identify your triggers. The things that lead you away from your purpose, those are the triggers that you need to be watching out for.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pastor P, for that. I see I have Gracious Dante here, and she's saying, Pastor, you mentioned that we are called by God. How do one know their calling? How does one know their calling?
Our calling is best identified while serving. So we have responsibility to serve. Like one of our young and dynamic called Panashe Pemiwa, when he came to Starly Dev Academy, we challenged them that you need to fulfill the mandate that God has got for you. And so we gave them time to think about projects that they want to do and how they would volunteer. And he just came out from blue and said, you know what, I want to help elderly people. I mean, I found it really strange. Not many young people want to work with elderly people. I thought it was quite strange. But guess what? He's gone on to start an organization, Hibiscus Dotage, a young people's organization that goes and assists and looks after the elderly. How did he find out his calling? He started serving, and he found that he loves doing that. He loves serving the elderly. He loves assisting them and helping them. And so he's found out his calling that way. We've got Praise here. She's facilitating. And how did she find out that out? She raised her hand up and says, I would love to be a facilitator. She did it first time, very nervous. And we thought, can this happen? She came in the second time. She was a little bit more free. And now she's perfect. She's ready for radio. She's ready for TV. She's found a calling. She's able to facilitate. Does that mean I only have one calling? No. This can lead you to other things. So next time we see you on CNN, I won't be surprised. Pray.
Thank
You
you,
say
Pastor
praise
P.
here. I'm reporting from Israel. This war between Israel and Hamas has been going on for a long time. And I just want to meet and talk to somebody. It started from somewhere. But if you hadn't served, you'd never have found out. That's how some of us sit back and we just look and we hope by some miracle we'll know what our calling is. No, you can't. Start serving in somewhere. If you don't like it, you go somewhere else. Start serving somewhere else. If you don't feel it, go continue to serve until you get to the place where you feel this is my place. That's how you discover your calling. Jesus, when he called each one of the disciples, they were doing something. None of them were just idle. Every one of them was doing something. So they found their calling while they were doing something. So you find your calling while you're doing something.
Thank you so much, Pastor P. So, guys, I'm pretty sure we've all heard, don't just be idle, do something. That's how you're going to realize what it is that you're called to serve.